So today we're taking a look at a case that's probably the most customizable case that you can get, as well as the best grip that you can get. And of course, we are taking a look at the Dbrand grip for the iPhone 17 Pro Max and iPhone Air. Now, huge shout out to Dbrand for sending these over to me to review for you guys. The price on this case is $59.90, and if you do use my link down in the description, you can get 42% off of their great screen protector, the Prism, by pairing it with any one of their cases, the Ghost, the Grip, or the Tank case. All links are down in the description below for you guys to check out for yourselves. Let's take a look at the case. So starting off with the packaging, classic Dbrand grip packaging here. It does say Dbrand grip on the back, nothing else. Then when you open it, you get a little information here: purchase, delivered, install. You can read dbrand.com/how to figure out how to install the skin on your case. And then when you open it up on here, you do get your sleeve for your skins. And right there, we do get our grip case. Now let's go ahead and take this thing out of here and take a look at these skins real quick. Now the skins that I have are the same ones for the Air as well as for the iPhone 17 Pro Max, but of course they all come for all of the phones. So here we are looking at Area 51 classified. This one is going to be hollow white, and this one is dark circuit. Now, each one of these skins is $24.95. Like I said, they do come for all of the phones that you can get the case and the skins for. So, always nice to have. If you want different customization, you can have a phone case that's completely different from anybody else's. So, we're just going to go ahead and set these right back in the box for a second and move this off to the side. Now, taking a look at the case itself. On the back, you are getting this nice polycarbonate material that goes up and down the back of the case as well as around your cameras with those individual cutouts. A little bit of a grip logo there. Now, taking a look at the inside, you are getting same polycarbonate, MagSafe, and alignment magnets, and this TPU material that goes all the way around the insides of the case. Now, this is going to be a significantly grippy case. All the way up and down the sides, even around the tops, you are going to get really good grip, but we will talk about that in a second. Now, let me also bring over the iPhone Air version, and here's that Area 51 classified skin already applied to the Dbrand grip, which, by the way, these skins are super easy to apply. If you watch the video on Dbrand's website, they go step by step with really good instructions on how to apply these. I promise you, it's so simple. It literally takes less than 5 minutes to do it. And once you have some practice, once you do it once, honestly, you can kind of get it perfectly every time without having any issues or without watching the video. Now, same thing on the insides of the case here, and the back does look the same as the grip, but I decided to install one skin on one of them and go with one without a skin so I can kind of show you guys the differences. So that is what we are looking like. Now let's go ahead and bring over our scale and our caliper here, and we will weigh it. With the skin on, it's not going to make much of a difference. There's really no feeling difference. Like if you take it off or if you have the skin on, you will not ever feel the weight difference between. These skins are so thin that it's comical to even talk about it. But anyways, starting off with the 17 Pro Max, weighing that, we are looking at 50 grams, and the iPhone Air, we're looking at 48 grams. So they're a little bit on the heavier side cases, but they're super protective and extremely grippy. However, they still feel very thin in the hand. We'll talk about that in a second. But bringing over our caliper from front to back, we are looking at 15.4 millimeters here, and inside to outside, we are looking at 3.3. Then bringing over the Air version front to back, we are looking at 13.5. And inside to outside, we are looking at 3.3. So those are your measurements and all that. Like I said, the case does not feel significantly heavy or anything like that in the hand. And just taking a look at the form factor, as you guys can see, it's like a little bit bowed. And that's going to be like that on both of them. But it's meant to be that way because your sides are going to be more flush for swiping, but you're also going to get a good screen look. But let me not get ahead of myself. But for right now, let's go ahead and bring over that Cosmic Orange 17 Pro Max. We'll put it in here. Listen out for that click. Ooh, solid click on it there. And of course, let's bring over that beautiful blue Air. Put this one in on this side right here. And it's such a good fit, I can't even get it to click. I'm going to have to do it like this. A little bloopers reel right there. But anyways, super good fit going around all of these. Let's take a look at that. So starting off with the sides, I mean, you got to give it some serious pressure for that to move anything. Your buttons are going to be a tad bit more loose. Bottom, and top are solid. Same thing on the Air. No need to even compare them. They fit exactly the same. Bottom, top, everything is great. Taking a look at those corners. 1, solid. 2, 3, and 4. Great click on all 4 corners. Everything is going to fit very, very well. The Dbrand grip is known to have a very secure, tight fit. So if you drop either of these phones, you do not have to ever worry about your case coming off of the phone. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at that screen and camera protection. So starting off with the screen, I am using a full coverage tempered glass screen protector. Now this is not the Prism, but the Prism is still excellent, and of course both these cases will work with it. But taking a look, you are getting your top and your bottom raised up, so you can absolutely set this down on any surface and you'll be good to go. And then on the back, you get a nice lip for your camera bumps, your LiDAR, and your flash, so you can definitely set this down on any surface again, and you'll be just fine. Same thing when it comes to the Air. I also am using a tempered glass screen protector on here, and there you go. Good screen lip, no problems, and good camera lips right there. No problems with that either. So let's go ahead and look at the sides of it. Now starting off with the top, you are closed in. On the left-hand side, you have your action button, volume up and down. These are built-in buttons with relief slits, but they're still very clicky. And of course, the action button is a little bit differently textured than the volume up and down, so you can kind of see which ones are clicking. Of course, we get those beautiful grip spikes on the left-hand side. So this is going to really, you could have whatever you want on your hands, and this will not slip out of your hands. Even if you have oil, you'll be good to go. And then on the bottom, you are getting your accurate cutouts for your mic and speaker and a pretty decent USB Type-C port. So let me go ahead and bring over cable right here real quick. Boom, there we go. We are charging. And we do have a nice USB Type-C port there. Let me just bring over the Air real quick, show you guys the bottom. That's going to be the only difference here. Microphones, cutouts, and then your cutout for your USB Type-C. And of course, your thicker head cables fit in there just fine as well. Now, taking a look at the right-hand side, and before we take a look at those camera control buttons, which both of these do have, I wanted to show you guys that this case is going to have micro dots going all the way around 360 degrees around this phone, and those are going to also give you really good grip. And that's why I said this case has ultimate grip, because it literally does not matter how you grab your phone. Either of these. It's not slipping out of your hands. It's not going anywhere. So, great grip on both of them. Of course, it is known as the grip. If it didn't have good grip, what would we even be talking about here? And taking a look at that camera control button, we can go ahead and zoom in. Pretty good. No complaints really. Up, down, everything works just fine. It is a little bit less sensitive than some other cases, but for most of your use cases, you will be just fine. It's about 90-95% of the way there. For everyday use, when you're sitting there, you're swiping it or you're clicking it, it'll work just fine. It's not necessarily as great as Apple's or like Spigen or something like that, but it'll still definitely do the job. It is not the worst camera control by far. So, B, what do you think about the Dbrand grip for the iPhone 17 Pro Max and the Air? Well, if you guys have seen my videos before, you've seen my top 10 case videos, the Dbrand grip has been on there almost every time. And that's for a reason. The case has great grip. It's got nice buttons, even though they're built in, which we will test those in a second. It's got good MagSafe for the most part. You really don't have any issues with that. It feels good in the hand. It's not a pinky destroyer. And all around, it's just a fantastic case. Is it worth the price? In my opinion, yes, it is. Because even for that $59.90, you're getting great protection, really good grip, good MagSafe. It doesn't rock. It has a good screen and camera lip. All around, it's a very, very good case. And that goes for both of these phones, as well as your Android devices and your previous iPhones. Really, zero complaints when it comes to these cases. The biggest complaint, which is very small for me, even with these cases, is the camera control button, because I wish it was just a little bit more sensitive. But it's not too clicky where you're clicking it accidentally. Everything is just really good when it comes to the Dbrand grip. But let's listen to how these buttons sound real quick. We'll test that MagSafe and we'll get out of here. So let's get started with the buttons. Nice clicky buttons on both of these cases. They are exactly the same buttons, so no need to test them both. So that's that. Let's go ahead and bring over the MagSafe. So that's where one of your biggest differences are going to be. If you do have a skin on here, the MagSafe is a tiny, tiny bit weaker. So starting off, MagSafe wallet, attach that, animation, and you're getting good MagSafe. It takes a decent bit of force to get that to move. Bringing over the Apple MagSafe battery pack, attach that, animation, and I mean, good to go. You are just fine when it comes to these MagSafe battery packs. And then of course the Anker 623 will attach that, and good MagSafe. No issues with your car mounts, your nightstand chargers, all your accessories. You'll be just fine. And let's move over to the iPhone Air just because it has that skin on here. We'll start off with the MagSafe wallet. You are still getting an animation, and it's a little bit weaker, like I said, but it'll still be just fine. Bring over the MagSafe battery pack, attach that, animation. There we go. Shake, 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 shake. No problems whatsoever. And then bringing over the 623, it'll still hold it up with no issues. You do have to give it a little bit of a shake. Like I said, it makes it a tiny bit weaker, but it'll still be just fine with your car mounts, your MagSafe chargers, your battery packs, your wallets, all that stuff. You really are not going to have any problems with either of these cases, whether it's on a skin version or it's on a non-skin version. Me personally, a lot of the time, I actually really like to go without a skin because I just think that it looks really, really good the way that it is like this. But if you are a skin person, let me not call 911. If you're a skin person, nothing wrong with them. I really love Dbrand skins. Super easy to install, very comfortable. Add a bunch of grip to the back of it because they are nice and textured. No problems when it comes to either of these. So let me know what you guys think about the Dbrand grip down in the comments below. I can't wait to hear your thoughts because I love this thing. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. That goes a really long way for me and allows me to make these videos for you. We're this close to hitting 10,000 subs, guys. I can't wait to get that milestone. So if you guys liked what I had to say or were interested in this video, definitely get subbed up because we have all the accessories coming for the 17 Pro Max and the iPhone Air. But if you guys want to see another great case by Dbrand, the Ghost, their clear case that'll never yellow, I'll leave that video right here. If you guys want to see my full review on the iPhone Air that I recently released with all my thoughts, that's right here.